Yes, indeedy. I was supposed to paint today, but I haven't done any painting yet. And now I've got to look at an electrical issue upstairs here. And why didn't I paint? Well, Momi, she had some furniture delivered today. And let's go in the master bedroom. Look at this. That's awesome. Wow, that's tall. And the reason why it's tall, because she decided to get the mattress that had kind of a topping on it. And the box springs, look how thick the box springs is. It's only about 1.5 inches thick because it was raised up. And sometimes you gotta figure certain things out at the store before something comes. This is up kind of high, but we're gonna live with it. I don't mind getting up on that. I'll be fine with it. I'm gonna sleep like a baby on this thing. And so she got some other furniture, so of course I had to be here waiting for that. And before they put it down, we just got this carpet installed, so I wanted to make sure that all the loose strands up next to the baseboard and underneath the different areas were all vacuumed. So I ran back here and got that all vacuumed up and stuff before the installers got here. And right as soon as I was done, they got here, and we got another unit here. Momi picked this stuff out. I think it's kind of different. It's kind of cool looking. And look at this thing here, Tempur-Pedic, and it says firm. That thing is almost hard as a rock, and it's supposed to depress. You know, that's still depressed down in there. See there? Look at that. But not up on top. And she laid on it, and she's not sure if she even likes it now. So I'm not sure what's going to happen to that. We just got it, and some of the stuff, one of the lamps was damaged and something else was damaged, so we know they have to come out again. So she's kind of on the fence about that. And so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. And here's another thought for you. This was a condo, and the staircase, you know, has a ceiling down it like that. Well, believe it or not, it took 3 of us to get this king mattress pad up here, and they weren't quite sure if they could get it in. They actually had, we pushed it up there, and they actually had to kind of bend it from here down. It was a bear to get up here. 3 of us were huffing and puffing, bending it and trying to maneuver it one step at a time. And you know, this is supposed to be a Cal King. And did you know there's an Eastern King too? And I thought, well, maybe we should have got an Eastern King. What's the difference between a Cal King and an Eastern King? Do you even know? Well, the Cal King is narrower on widthwise, and it's longer. Okay? An Eastern King is a little bit shorter in length, and it's actually wider. And so sometimes, like I had a place in Maui, they had to use Eastern Kings because there was a wall about right here, and there was a dresser there. And had they had a Cal King, there wouldn't have been enough room to walk through there. And because they were able to get the Eastern Kings, that gave them, oh, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches shorter overall. So it was barely enough room. So there you go. Who knew, right? And so we got it through there. But that's not what this video is about. Hopefully you're still watching. We're gonna look at an electrical outlet. Before the furniture came, before the carpet even went in, I plugged into this electrical outlet with my construction light, and I pulled it out, and something was going on with it. Look at this thing. See how it's kind of flexing there? It's like this top bit. See how this top bit is moving around? And I'm not sure if that's broken or if it can be tightened up on the back side, or if I have to replace this entire electrical outlet. I don't know. That's why I'm making a video. And of course, before I touched it and stuff, I had an electrical tester. I tested that, and if you don't have an electrical tester, you can plug in an extension cord, you can plug in a lamp, turn that on, you can plug on a radio, whatever. You don't need a little tester. But this tester was like less than $5 at the store, and of course I got it, and I use that every once in a while. So okay, I made sure that the power was off. Of course, I would never ask you. Let me. You know what? I think I'm going to lower you down even. I would never ask you to work on something hot. Okay, that's really a no-no. How's that? How's that? Okay. Let's loosen this up. Like I said, I'm making this video because I'm not sure myself what's going on with this, and so I'm gonna loosen it up and see. And it happens to be on a 20 amp circuit. Most duplex outlets are on 15 amp circuits for bedrooms and stuff, but I think they ran this bedroom and then they connected the circuit in the other bedroom too, so maybe that's why they ran 20 amp circuits, so that they can run more electrical outlets. And look at that. You see there? I'm gonna pull this out. I'm not quite sure if that's usable. Now granted, these electrical outlets only, like this style here, less than $1 at the store. So, you know, could I replace it? Yeah, of course I could. But I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at it here first and see what's kind of going on with it. See if it's possible. Maybe it just got, looks like it might have just got unhooked somehow. I'm trying to undo this screw. It's got a little plastic washer on it, and sometimes they do that just to keep it together. Now let's see. Let's see if, I don't know. I just don't know. It might be snapped off. Or there could be a groove. There could be a groove down in there. Yeah, I'm not, see this one, this side, I still get paranoid with this, even though I know the power is off. You know what I mean? I'm thinking this other one broke off. It's hard to see and tell. Okay, let's just see here. I think something on here has snapped off. I'm not quite sure how that happened. How on earth could that have happened? Huh? Or does it? Yeah. I think it's just broken. I might have to get it. I might have to get the construction light out and shine my or take my phone and get the light on to look at this a little bit more closely to make the final determination. Okay, stand by. Okay, I do see right there, this little bit right there, okay, broke off, and I was able to shine a light on this, and it's right in there where it just snapped off over time. And that's something. I just don't know how that happened, but it did. And so what I'm going to do is, I don't have an electrical outlet with me, and so I'm just gonna kind of push this back in there, and I really don't have to screw it back in, but I'm just wondering if I should just keep it into the wall a little bit until I go to the store. And the thing that cracks me up, I was just at Home Depot. What I should have done was just get one. Like I say, they're less than $1. This kind of electrical outlet, okay? And so I'm gonna just leave it like that. When I get back from the store, I'll show you how to take that apart, okay? And we're gonna replace one. In fact, yeah, you'll just have to watch. I don't know if I'm gonna show that on this particular video or not, but hey, when you have something loose up at the top, it could be something like this that's broken, and if so, you want to fix that because you don't want to put an electrical power cord in there and pull on it and have it get loose from the wall and stuff. And please, whatever you do, don't work on hot electrical outlets. Find the breaker, turn the breaker off, and all that. Now, see, I can leave it right like that, knowing that it's going to be safe enough to where nothing's going to happen when I turn the power back on, right? I can just leave it like that. And see, I don't have a cover plate on here or anything, and I'm not going to mess around with it. In fact, I'm going to save the screw even. You never know when you're going to need an extra screw, right? For an electrical outlet or something. And I'm gonna get like for like at the store. I look at that, and that's the old school type of electrical outlet. And like I say, you can find those for less than $1 at most hardware stores, and they're pretty easy to replace. Okay, and I didn't have the cover plate on because I just finished some painting in this condo before we put the new flooring down and all that. If you've been watching, hopefully you've been watching. See, I still have to put the cover plates on, and I was at least smart enough knowing that before the furniture came, the electrical outlets behind there, go ahead and put the cover plates on. So I found the cover plates, see, I put them back on. That way I don't have to mess with them later. And see, this one had the telephone jack, and it's a good thing that I screwed that back together, took the masking tape off and all that kind of stuff after I painted, and put that back on, because look where the bed frame fits, right there. And so I did the same thing. Behind the bed, actually in the master bedroom. The electrical outlets were behind here, and the phone jack. Who uses phones anyways anymore? But hey, they had a phone jack, so I put it back, and I put the cover plates because I wasn't sure where this was going to fit. In fact, that's not even supposed to fit there. Whatever else she ordered right in here was broken from the store, and shipping, and so they didn't even bring it out. So they're going to have to come back out at a later time. But hey, it is what it is. In the neighborhood, you just have to keep moving forward. Okay, so I'm going to turn the power back on, and next time I'm close to Home Depot, I'm going to get an electrical outlet. And so next time I'm around, I'll show you how to replace it. Well, we just got the carpet installed, and there's one thing I want to do and double check to call it good. And the thing is, with the floor registers, we happen to have some floor registers, and they come out of the floor instead of up in the ceiling. And when you have these, you want to make sure that you have them available so that when the carpet installers, before they get done and call it good, they find out where those are, and they make sure they have them cut out, and that your registers will fit the openings. Nothing more frustrating than to have the carpet guys leave and have you trying to clean up and stuff, and you can't get the register in there because it hasn't been cut exactly right, and then you got to mess around with that and stuff. And then lots of times they leave their cuttings and drippings of their carpet remnants down inside the register. Can you believe that? We're gonna take one out. I've already cleaned out these two here. Okay, I have not looked at this one. I don't know if there's anything in here. Let's just take a quick look. Of course, I got my vacuum ready and my vacuum attachment and stuff. And you know, don't make the assumption that they're all clean and that they're all open and stuff. In fact, I look at this register and I see it's closed. You know, it's not even open. Look at all this. Can you see that? The little carpet bits flying out of here. Boy, this thing, it's like they really shoved it in there. I'm gonna have to be mindful of that. Look at all the stuff in there, and then you want to make sure that these edges are pushed in tight. And see, I look at this, and this one's sticking out a little bit because they just crammed it in there. And this one's kind of folded over. See there? I'm going to have to get my pliers out and bend that over and tap that in, because stuff like that could be holding this up. And I'll check on that in a minute. But down in here, look at all the carpet remnants. They're all flying out. And this gives you a good chance to clean out your registers too. When I was taking up the old flooring, or even before that, we were initially thinking we were going to restretch the existing carpets and stuff. And I pulled these up, and there was all kinds of dust and cobwebs in there and all kinds of stuff in there. I've already vacuumed these out once, but now because we've got the new carpet install, I want to clean all that stuff out of there now. And you want to be careful too, because I reach my hand down in there, I can feel things. Ooh, look at this. What is this? Oh, look at that. There's a rusty nail in there even. And I didn't reach my hand down as far as I could in the other ones. I probably should, in case there's something down in there, because most of the time the ductwork is flexible ductwork that's like plastic with wire lined in it, and then insulation around that, and then plastic over that. So if you're going to shove anything under there, you want to be real careful. And of course, do I want a nail in there that could penetrate that plastic and rip it? Heck no. And then as they cut this, there's all kinds of loose remnants on this too. Then you want to feel your hands on the edges of these and make sure that they're all flat, because I had them flat once upon a time, and this one was kind of pooched because when they tried to fit this in, they just jammed it down in there. And so I want to make sure that everything is proper and will fit. Okay. So I'm gonna spend a little bit more time. Man, I'm glad I reached down there for that nail. Okay, I'm gonna grab my screwdriver and a pair of pliers and fix these ends. Make sure I've got those fixed before I push that down, because you saw how tight this was fitting. Okay, I'll do that and we'll be right back to finish this up. And then I'm gonna actually go back to these other registers. I'm gonna pull these back out. I'm gonna reach my hand way down in there as far as I can and make sure there's nothing else in there. And I'm gonna check one more room. So if you want to keep watching, I'll keep videoing a little bit longer of this video segment. So keep watching. Let's make sure, you know, we get these clean, because now's the time to get them done so that you can know that they're fitting properly. Maybe somebody had registers shoved down on top of the carpet, but it wasn't actually fitting. It was just up too high, and maybe you need to trim the carpet back, vacuum it out, clean out anything else that may be down there, and make sure that your registers are adjusted properly too. And sometimes you get registers where you see this one here, when it's open, both things go straight open like that. But see, on other ones, maybe both of them swing over this way, and then you go far enough and they go up all the way. Well, maybe your adjustment is making it so that they don't both go up all the way. So then if I have that down at the wall, and if one of these is coming out at an angle, let's say, I want it coming out into the room. I don't want my heat, you know, if I couldn't get one of these straight, or if they were the angled ones, I don't want them angled to the wall and then come out. I want them angled out into the room, right? So you can check on that as well. All right, be right back. Okay, the mundane things that you get to take care of when you're doing a renovation. This is just one of the things that you should kind of be aware of. Now look at that, it fit right on down in there nicely, I think. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Okay. And now I could just kind of lift the carpet out a little bit and make sure it kind of looks like somebody didn't just shove it right in, right? Okay. There. That looks good, and I know it's cleaned out. I know this is adjusted, and the heat's going to come out this way rather than up against the wall. Everything's adjusted properly. I'll do a once over vacuuming on this, and I'll call that good. And then I'm gonna go back, double check these two, and I'll show you another one in the other room. I haven't done that one yet, and I want to see. I'm kind of curious if there's any remnants in there. Of course there's going to be, right? I'm going to show you that one in a minute. I pulled that one out again and reached down all the way. I don't know what that was doing down in there. A screw. I'm glad I reached down there because I don't want those in my flexible duct work. Okay. All right, let's check this one out. I have not checked this one yet, and of course I want to check it out and see what's going on with that. And I like to kind of look at this too. Now see, this one does go different than the other one. See, when you open it, it opens straight up, and at the angle where those other two, one flapper went doink and the other one went doink. It's slightly different than this. So if your register is stuck or something, or if you don't feel you can get those open all the way, I'm going to flip this around and make sure that I get it so that both of my louvers are coming out this way. You see what I mean? I don't just slightly. Okay, this one can be adjusted. So they're coming straight up, but kind of at a slight angle into the room. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it up exactly that way when I get ready. And I'm looking at these edges. This one is slightly different than the other one, and it looks fine. But look at this stuff in here. See? Just the carpet remnants. And that's just that's just the carpet remnants from cutting that out. They stretch the carpet and they install the whole carpet and then they cut it. And because this happens to be a shag carpet, the bits, lots of the bits and pieces fall in there. Now, if you have regular carpet too, cut pile or level loop, I would still check it. Okay, so I'm gonna vacuum this out. Hey, oh, did I? Oh, I was working on an electrical outlet earlier, and it was broken. And I determined that it was over here, and I was going to go turn the power back on. I haven't done it yet. I forgot all about it. Incidentally, I put that on a different video, and I'm sure you can find it on fixing a broken electrical outlet or checking an electrical outlet, loose electrical outlet. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to list that yet, but I found out that the top tab was actually broken. Believe it or not. How do you break a tab? How do you break an actual tab to an electrical outlet anyways after you get it installed? And I'm talking about this tab right here, but it's the top one. And it got loose, back and forth, back and forth. It's probably been loose for many years. So anytime somebody plugs something in here, this would pull out, and then you push it in, it gets pushed in, out, in, out, like that. And eventually it's snapped off. You can see where it broke off right there. Okay, I'm going to replace that, and I'll have that on a separate video of this whole series, so keep watching. Okay, so I got to turn the breaker back on and get this done. It's like you may be asking yourself, hey Joe, do you really have to make a video of this? Well, maybe I do, because I think lots of people forget to do this, to check this out after installing carpet. Or when is the last time, if you got some floor registers, when is the last time you pulled the registers up and you cleaned under there to see what sort of spiders and cobwebs and other things that have been tossed down there by accident? When was the last time? That's all I got to say for myself and ask you, right? That's why I'm making this video as a reminder for you. Now, before I go too much further, the heater's on right now, by the way. That's why the stuff's moving around. I'm going to reach down here as far as I can. And this will also convince you that the duct has not been ripped off or has a hole in it or something like that. And you just be careful with your ducts, because the air conditioning and heating ducts are usually that plastic ducting, and you don't want to poke something through there or anything like that. Okay, so it doesn't feel like there's anything else in there, but I'm gonna do a once over on here and just get some of this loose stuff off, because it's gonna come loose again. I don't want it flying out and or getting caught in there and having a spider think they can use that for a nest or something. Okay. Look at that, and see they had it in with this on the right hand side, I believe. I'm going to put it over here on the left, and I almost have it open all the way, and I'm having it tilt so that the vent fins are facing that direction. And let's see if I can get this back in there without knocking this around. I probably should feel on here. It looks okay. This should go back down there without any real hassle. Come on. Oh, there I'm just gonna kind of fix this business around there. Well, it doesn't look like somebody just jammed it down there and forgot about it, right? Okay, now I can vacuum up around it and I'll call that good, okay? So, hey, spend a little time and effort. You're talking maintenance and double checking after the carpet's been installed, making sure your register flaps are operating, and if your little deal here, adjustment, isn't working very much, once that's out, you can kind of position those flaps on the back side by hand, and then check it, make sure the louvers are facing this way, not up against the wall. If they're facing up against the wall, maybe that's why it's taking a while for your room to heat up, because we want the heat to come out this way, don't we? We don't want it to go up against the wall. And that's something else you can check when you're cleaning out your registers. And sometimes the registers are really super dirty, and you can rinse those off. Some of them have paint specks on it. Maybe you want to clean those off. Some registers, maybe they're still in real good shape, but some of the paint has flaked off, and you're thinking about getting some paint spray out of a paint can and respray them, make them look new. You can do whatever you want. Or if it's the wrong color, maybe you wanted a shade slightly darker. Well, you know how to do that. You can pull that out, lightly sand it, spray it, and clean your registers at the same time. Make sure your carpet is all kind of put back together, and it looks like the register actually has a home, and it's not sitting on top of the carpet cattywampus. Every time you walk over there, you step your foot on it because it's not fitting down in the hole, because somebody forgot to bang out the side and adjust it and smash everything together so everything's nice and tight down there. All kinds of stuff you can do. I know it's just a silly little thing to think about, but I thought I'd make a video of it and share it with you. Thanks for joining me. Whew, I was supposed to paint today. Do some painting, down by the baseboards and cut in. I did some cut in yesterday. What do you think about that nice straight line up there? Look at that. Boy, that takes it out of you too. Twisting and holding your mouth just right and squinting and making sure that you're careful along the window frame and stuff like that. I didn't get a chance to do that. I ended up doing some other things, and now I'm waiting for a lady who's supposed to come out here. And why is she coming out here? You remember I told you we're going to be replacing all these appliances, because eventually I'm going to take this countertop out of here, and we're going to put in quartz countertops and a new sink and new appliances. And so I thought, hey, why have somebody else haul away the appliances when I could maybe sell them? And I told you I was thinking about putting them on Facebook Marketplace, which I have never tried before, the Facebook Marketplace. I've opened up accounts on Craigslist before and sold things on Craigslist in Maui, but I've never done that here on the mainland. And so I thought, okay, let's try it. And remember I told you that I would let you know my progress on that. Well, look what I got in the garage. I've had these things in the garage for the last about a week or so. See, here's the stove, the gas stove top, and the gas oven, and the dishwasher. Isn't that nice? Look at that. Why throw that away, or why have somebody come out and install a new one and take the old one and haul it away? What do you think they're going to do with it? They're probably going to take it to the dump or recycler and just throw it off their truck and not have it be used again. I don't like doing that. I want to keep my carbon footprint as small as possible, and one of the ways to do that is to recycle, and one of the ways to recycle is to sell it to somebody else who can't maybe afford to buy a brand new one nowadays. We just looked at dishwashers, by the way, and we're getting one from Samsung. You know how much the thing cost? It was like $989 or something. I was thinking, are you kidding me? I mean, yes, it's stainless steel and it's resistant to fingerprints, so I'm not quite sure how that works. It's not the real stainless steel that we're getting, but This one happens to be real stainless steel, I believe, and I don't know how old it is, but it's in really good shape. Nothing wrong with it. Still works. The stove, it had a broken handle, poor thing. I was initially thinking if we were going to keep this for a while, I would fix it, put some crazy glue on it, put that back on there, and stick it on there. And if you're using this handle a lot, take the handle that you fix and put it over here on a burner that maybe you're not, a back left-hand burner or back right-hand burner that you're not really going to use much, and then take that handle, stick it over on the one that you're going to use, you know. So anyway, she's coming in about an hour. She purchased these two. She did a bundle on me. I had those two things for sale, the refrigerator for sale, the microwave for sale, and a washer and dryer for sale. And she did a bundle on me because she's going to buy those two and the refrigerator. Now she knows that we need to use the refrigerator for a couple months after we move in. We're going to be moving in here in about a week or so. And before the new appliances come and stuff, we're going to use this counter for, I don't know, 3-4 weeks. And then when we know that the countertops are almost ready, then I'm going to rip this thing out of here. Okay. Then as soon as the countertops come in, then we've got scheduled new appliances coming in. Okay. So we need a few things. My word, we can't have nothing here. So we're going to leave the microwave and we're leaving the refrigerator, but she's going to take the refrigerator. So she's giving me a deposit. So 700 Somalis. $700 total she's given me for the refrigerator and the stove and the dishwasher. Initially the dishwasher was $225, the stove was $225, and the refrigerator is $395. Okay, but she offered me $700. She told me she's trying to redo her little kitchenette area. She's got white appliances and she really likes the stainless steel look. And so voila, that's what I'm doing. And hey, in 2 months she'll be out here picking up the refrigerator. So $700 I just made by putting these on Facebook Marketplace. I still got the microwave I'm hoping to sell, and the washer and dryer I'm hoping to sell, and also a toilet. I've got a toilet in here and perfectly good. There's nothing wrong with it. I got that on Facebook Marketplace, and this flooring that I pulled up, all this oak flooring. I'm trying to make a deal with this lady who's thinking about doing a van conversion and thinking about using this stuff to put inside the van. But I don't know, I may have to lower the price. It's tongue and groove oak pre-finished flooring. And so I've got that on Craigslist, or not Craigslist, but Facebook Marketplace. I decided not to do Craigslist this time. I had pretty good luck. I had 337 inquiries on a refrigerator, because it shows you how many people look at the different things. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. I mean, I had probably maybe 15 people so far responding to just the refrigerator. And then I had quite a few responses for the stove and the dishwasher. So Facebook Marketplace, does it work? Yes. Try it next time you have something for sale. I had just a couple more things to tell you about Facebook Marketplace, but I had to change my battery to my video camera, and I always bring an extra battery with me, and tonight I'll put that in the charger. So what other things am I going to sell? Well, I took this, there used to be a ceiling fan right here, and dabbity nabbit, I should have taken a picture of it before I removed it, because I had to remove the blades, and now it's all in pieces and stuff. And initially I thought I was going to take the ceiling fan down and reinstall it, but after talking to Momi, we're thinking about not reinstalling those ceiling fans. We might take this ceiling fan and put it in one of the back bedrooms, possibly, as a thought. But we got two ceiling fans, and if we don't want either one of them, I mean, obviously they're older, they're not remote control. Nowadays you can buy a ceiling fan generally for under $200 with the handheld remote control. and whatever color you want, whatever design you want. Of course, you can spend more on that, but we're gonna sell that. And I had some track lighting right up here. I thought I was gonna reinstall it, so I didn't take a picture of it, but we got 2 track lights that I'm gonna put on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. And then I had a light fixture here that kind of came out like an S pattern with 4 halogen bulb heads on there that you could redirect whichever way. I'm putting that on there too. What else? I took all the doors off and I painted all the doors and stuff. That's on a different video episode. Okay, and all these doors are ready to be installed, but we had to wait until the painting got done and the flooring got done and the carpet got done, and the carpet guys just installed the carpet. So after I get done painting, after I finish painting this front area, you know, cutting in the ceilings and the baseboards and painting the baseboards, painting these door frames and all that kind of stuff, then it's going to be time to reinstall these doors. And of course, we're not going to be reinstalling the hardware or the hinges, because Momi wants a different color. She wants nickel hinges. She always likes nickel hinges. And see, here's the door that goes out into the garage. This is what was on there before. They're nice handles from Schlage. They're paddle handles, and the gold hinges. Now, all the ones on the interior were 3.5-inch hinges. Okay, and this door happens to have 4-inch hinges, and I'm going to sell those too. And those are self-closing hinges, the top and bottom one. Here's a deadbolt here that I'm gonna sell too. And this one happens to have a keyed entry. And then we've got several paddle handles that are privacy handles for bathrooms and bedrooms, and then some passage handles. I'm going to put all that stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I'm just going to take a picture of it and post it. And then we had a couple. What else did we have? We had a couple blinds, mini blinds, the louvered accordion type blinds that kind of went up. Pleated blinds. And so I'm going to put that on Facebook Marketplace. And like I said, I should have taken a picture of all that stuff before I took everything down. On one of the blinds I did that. Okay, the toilet, that's on there right now. And the light fixtures. And again, I thought the light fixtures were going to be reinstalled, but they're not. I should have checked with Momi first. Dabbity-nabbit. You know, so I'm putting those on there. Hey, $5, a light fixture in the bathroom, why not? And along with all the other stuff, here's another bathroom. Yes, I took that light fixture down, so that's going on there, because I don't think she wants that anymore. And even some actual lights. I don't know if she likes the light that's on this one. We might take one of the ceiling fans and install a ceiling fan there. But then there's no light, and the ceiling fan doesn't have a light kit. So I don't know what we're going to do with that. We may put a ceiling fan, and then we might get rid of the light fixture, and the ceiling fan could have a light kit on it if she wants, or you just have the 2 lights by the bed, which is controlled by a light switch here, and it dims. That, which was kind of cool. And then one of those is the power. So I don't know which is which. Okay, this one could be the light fixture. And so if we put a ceiling fan in, we may have to change that to just a regular paddle handle over here. And then most ceiling fans, like I say, will have a remote handheld control unit that you can turn it on, off, medium, slow, medium, high, on, off, reverse, and if you have a light kit on it. So see, lots of options. So I'll have to check with her. On that. And then we have some wall sconces, and we're going to have to reinstall some wall sconces. There's one there. There's one there. We got 2 here. But she doesn't necessarily like the color of the wall sconces. I'm not sure where I hid those. They're somewhere, but you know, they're 15 years old, And now, because we've changed the colors of everything, I think she's going to pick out some new wall sconces. So that's fine. We'll put those out there on Facebook. And the washer and dryer, Facebook Marketplace. You know, all this stuff. So when you're remodeling, and what I should have done was when I took the carpet out, I could have put that on Facebook Marketplace too. But initially, I wasn't even thinking about that. And so when I took the carpet out, I cut it in strips because I was gonna, in like 6 foot wide strips, because I was gonna initially put it in the dumpster, the on-site dumpster here in the condo complex. And so I cut the carpet up, I cut the carpet pad up, and what I could have done, and I was luckily enough, I was smart enough to remember to save some of that carpet, and I put some of the carpet remnants up in here, so that way I can cut them for floor mats, you know, out in the garage or out on the deck or something like that. And then when they get dirty, just, hey, no problem, cut another one. I've got plenty. And then I also, when the carpet guys were gone, you know, before they left, I made sure to pick up all the remnants. I says anything wider than, you know, close to 2 feet wide and above, of course I want to save it because I can use those for floor mats. I could cut one and stick it right here if I want. And then they had a big enough piece, so when we have a couch here, I might have it like a floor rug, you know, cut it, and it would look nice there. Let's just show you, and see, I could put one there by the front door if I want, or out by the front door. Now see, here's a big, huge piece that they got left. Look how big it is, and look how long it is, and they've notched it out, so I've got plenty there for floor mats. Here's the other pieces I saved. Boom, 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 boom. Here's some more. You know, I'm not throwing that away. And here's the old carpet. Some of this old carpet I'm going to end up chucking out in the dumpster. I mean, you know, there's only so much carpet you need, right? And but it's perfectly good that you could cut in 2 foot wide pieces by 3 foot long, 3.5 feet long. Throw it out in a floor mat. You put one right here as you're going in the garage. If you got stairs, we have some concrete steps in the house that we're at right now. I could save some of that and I could take it over there and put it on the concrete steps. I've got carpet there that I had over at that place, and it's all dirty now. I've cleaned it a couple times with Simple Green and a brush, and I'm like, this is taking me forever. I don't have to do that anymore. All I have to do is cut me another, you know, couple steps with the carpet pad with the carpet that I have. That carpet's in perfectly good shape. You know, the old stuff, look, it's nice. There's nothing wrong with that. And so I'm gonna do that, and see, I've got right now, I had one by the front door. I moved it. See, that's just the old carpet. I had that by the front door. I moved it because the furniture guys were here earlier. And look, here's one right here. I just put it out by the door. You know, for now, I'm gonna move that one. But see, I could leave that, couldn't I? That a nice little floor mat you could have up by your front if you want. You know, what's wrong with that? Just leave it there. People can wipe their feet on that before they come in the house now on the new flooring. If their feet are wet, they can dry their feet off, whatever. And when that gets all dirty and decrepit looking, after 6 months from now or a year from now, grab myself another one. I got plenty now. Okay, so Facebook Marketplace, think about that whenever you get ready to get rid of something, you want to sell something. Momi's got an office chair. It was probably 250 bucks. Well, she doesn't really like it. It's supposed to be ergo, what do you call it? Ergonomical, I forget the word now. But it's supposed to be proper for your posture and everything. Well, she doesn't really like it, and we've got it stored downstairs, and I'm thinking, you know what? I'm taking a picture of that and I'm putting it on Facebook Marketplace for like 100 bucks, 95 bucks. It'll sell. It's almost brand new. She's hardly used the thing. And so you got certain things around your house that you really don't need, try Facebook Marketplace and see how it goes. All right, that's it from now. Gotta go. Now, a couple questions had come up on this lighting in here. Initially, we had a light in the middle here that was kind of shaped like an S with 4 halogen light heads on it, light bulbs that you could direct whichever. But Momi's thinking about, she doesn't really like that look now that we've got it all painted. We're redoing the kitchen area with new counters, new appliances, and she's probably going to get something else. But see, we've got some can eyeball lights, I call them, right here above the counter. And this is kind of like a little bar area, you know. We'll have some chairs out here, how the counter extends over like that. And she was like, can we put some pendant lighting, I call it, whereas you have a light fixture rod that comes down with like an elongated glass trim at the bottom of it, and it could be colored glass with a nice directional eyeball light on it, so to speak. And I was like, well, yeah, maybe we could do something like that, but you know, how would you connect it to these eyeball can lights? Well, did you know at the store they have little retrofit kits for different types of light fixtures if you don't like the can light look. And I think there's a trim piece that will accept a pendant light like what I'm talking about. And I think we can just use those and drop them straight down. And maybe, you know, as we're looking at it, maybe have this one a little bit longer and this one a little bit shorter or something. Or you can have both of them the same height. The last thing you want is to get them down too low to where you're knocking them on your head as you're sitting down. I had that issue in Maui, a couple condos, and you had to kind of be careful. It was like they should have raised those up a little bit. Plus, if you have a nice view, we got the river. Look at this, we've got the river right out here, and we don't want these pendant lights down so low that they're going to obstruct if you're in the kitchen from being able to look out there, you know. But yet we don't want these pendant lights too high either, or else they're not going to look right. So it's kind of a happy medium. And usually when you get pendant light fixtures, the tubes that come down might be 4 or 5 of them that you connect together, and then you can have it the height whatever. Or maybe it's just one long tube that you could possibly cut for the exact height. Okay, so different types of things like that you might want to consider when it comes to your eyeball can lights. So here's what I'm going to do for that lady who's coming to pick up the dishwasher and the stove today. But she's made the agreement. She's going to purchase those, and she's going to purchase the refrigerator, but we need the refrigerator for a couple months. So I wrote that in on my title description so that people knew. And she was fine with that. And so I'm asking her, when she brings out the money, I'm asking her for a little bit more than what the dishwasher and the stove was listed at, as for a good faith effort, a deposit for her to give me so that she knows that I'm not going to sell the refrigerator from under her, and so that I know that she's not going to change her mind from picking up the refrigerator later. Okay, so that's how you would do something like that. Okay. Hey, since we're talking about some tips, here's another tip for you to consider, especially if you're thinking about replacing your toilet. Here we've got a half bath. There was a pedestal sink right here and a toilet with the short bowl. Well, we could have, and I put that on Facebook Marketplace. I still got it for sale, but it's in excellent shape. That's a toilet that was in there, and I'm sure I'll get it sold. And we could put in a like for like, or we could put in an elongated toilet in there. But then Mommy had a good idea. She says, hey, why don't we just put in a handicap style toilet there, which has the elongated bowl, and we're going to put a self-closing, slow closing lid on there, and put in the handicap one. Hey, we're not getting any younger. We can still get down on a low toilet, mind you. But hey, as the years tick by, wouldn't it be nice if you had a taller toilet? Be serious now. Think about it. And so we're just going to go ahead and get the handicapped style toilet, which is taller, so you don't have to squat down as far to get down on the toilet, to get up off the toilet and all that kind of stuff. So that might be something you might want to consider when you're replacing your toilet. Yeah, I wasn't going to forget the ones down here. Don't worry. I had one in the bathroom that wasn't opened all the way. This one wasn't opened all the way. I vacuumed all kinds of stuff out of both of those, and I found, when I painted the ceilings, I put craft paper down. Well, no, I didn't have. There was no flooring down here. It was just wood subfloor, and I had the registers down here, and some of them installed just so that stuff didn't fall down in there, by accident. But then they got little bits of white paint on there. Can you see? See the little bits of white paint? So this will remind me that I've got to clean those off, and that came off of the ceilings. And when I was in here, I had, see here's one here, and I had two other ones over here. Now a couple of these I had out. One of them I left in, I think, because I think there was some paint. There's no paint on that one, but see how these, they have the louvers that both go the same direction, and they had this flipped around. They had it closed off, and it was facing that way, and so I moved that around. Same thing with this one. They had this one flipped the wrong way, so when this was open, the louvers, instead of facing out, were facing towards the glass. I don't want that. This was the one that had paint on it. See there? Look at that. See? Do you think I'm going to leave that and call it good and say it's good? From up here, you don't see it, do you? But that's something that's going to be on my punch list for myself to take care of. They had this one flipped around too, and it was facing the wrong direction. I got all kinds of stuff out of this one. This has no paint on it, does it? That's because on some of these I had the registers up, and I had them pushed off and stored in this little shelf closet. But on a couple of them I left them in. I don't know why I left them in, but if you take them out, you can put something over them, or you can, I don't know, just be careful when you're over there. But the last thing you don't want is to step in it by accident. Momi almost had an accident. This one was out. I had this one out. She was pulling the carpet, the old carpet out, and she was backing up, and she lost her balance. She put her foot down, and man, had her foot been a little bit different angle, she would have ripped the side of it open, or she could have broken her ankle, because I had the register out, and she almost kind of pushed her foot in there, and visions of me having to drive to the hospital there for a few minutes. Okay, that's why you want to leave your registers in when you've got your subfloor down. But right before you paint, make sure to take them up, or put some, you can put a little piece of craft paper over it or something like that. But then if you have your heat going, do you really want to block them all off? So, you just have to think about it. And I didn't think when I was painting these ceilings that I would get anything in there. But whenever you're painting, you get those little bits falling down. You don't even know they're coming down. But see, I put this craft paper down on this countertop. See all the little white specks on there? That's from me painting the ceiling. Even though I didn't really get many globs coming down here, I got lots of those. See? You're going to get that no matter what, okay? So just be careful and be aware of it. Yeah, I was plugging in to this too, and this is hot right now, so I got to be careful. See there? Look at that. Every time you plug something in there, that wants to push in like that and flex. Even when you have your cover plate on there, this has want to have a tendency to do that, and this could snap your cover off. So when I'm at the store, I'm going to go ahead and get another electrical outlet to replace that one too. Whenever you see loose electrical outlets, don't make the assumption that I'll take care of that later sometime. Don't wait until an accident happens, okay? It only is going to cost, what, less than $1 for this type of electrical outlet. If you have those square, the rectangular ones, those are maybe $2.50, $2.50 an outlet, okay? So do yourself a favor and make things right and safe.